Good morning, everybody. It is Geneva of Geneva's Closet, and it's super early. I'm not usually up at, no, well, let me just say this. I am usually up at this time, but not up and getting on camera at this time. But I said I was going to come on today to talk about this whole Whitney Houston scandal thing that just happened. So let me just get right into it. If anyone was up last night, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Seven and Peach. Yes, I'm up. I'm up super early. Up super early, coughing. I don't have my tea because I ran out of lemon, so I ran out of honey, so I'm drinking water. Drinking water this morning. Good morning, Southern. So, if anybody was up last night and you just happened to catch them videos that Miss Essie Berry, the civil rights activist Essie Berry, put on her page yesterday, I was shocked. I was shocked, people. Let's just say that. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Donna and Denise. Yeah, me too. I'm always up super early. But I was shocked when Essie actually called me earlier yesterday, and she told me that she had spoken to this lady by the name of Reena Houston, who had contacted her and told her that she was the daughter of Whitney Houston. Now, when she said that, I'm pretty sure all of us had the same, when y'all seen that title up there with the picture, just like when she told me, I'm like, what? Yo, okay. Okay, is this some crazy person coming out the woodworks, giving you phone calls, talking about the she is the, and I told Essie, I was like, Essie, now you say all the time, it's not what you can say, it's not what you say, it's what you can prove. I said, so we need some proof, So she started telling me on her own, she started telling me some of the things that Reena had said, and sending me some of the information she sent. And then y'all know me, just like I'm pretty sure some of y'all did, I started Google searching it, and I actually did find some articles that came out some years ago where bloggers or people were actually mentioning her, just like the Jasmine brand. I can't remember what year that was, but the Jasmine brand mentioned that there was a woman who had came out who was claiming to be Whitney Houston's daughter. And I actually found a YouTube page, and I found another site that was actually speaking on this whole Reena Houston situation. So let me try to explain it the best way that I can, because I really feel like I need to have Reena Houston come on Geneva's Closet so she can break it down just a little bit better for me, because I wasn't able to hear everything that she was saying when she was talking to Essie last night. Good morning, Angela. How you doing today? I know that's right, Seven. I know. Where them receipts? We need receipts, people. So I tried to take the information the best way that I could, because I didn't want to call Essie again last night because it was late to react. So now, what did you say that Reena had said? But let me just say this. Reena Houston, okay, she is 38 years old. She says she was born in 1979. Now, in 1979, Whitney Houston was 16 years old, because Whitney was born in 1963. Now, let me just give y'all, now we all know who Whitney Houston is, but I just think, just for the sake of this whole thing, that I need to kind of go through this right quick. So we know that Whitney Houston, we know Whitney, we love Whitney, we loved her. Whitney Houston was born August 9th of 63, and she died February 11th of 2012. She was born in Newark, New Jersey. Her dad was, and she was born to John and Emily Sissy Drinkard. I'm assuming that that's her maiden name. Now, the thing about it is that Sissy Houston married in 1955. She married a Freddie Garland, and they had a son, and that's the Gary Garland. That's the darker skinned brother that's married to that woman Pat, who I don't know if that was Whitney Houston's secretary or whatever. But if y'all watch that reality show that they had after Whitney passed away, that when Bobby Christina was on there with that guy she was dating, then you would be able to see that Pat lady, so y'all can know who I'm talking about. Now, her and this Freddie Garland, they only stayed together for 2 years. They were only married for 2 years when she had Gary, her son, which ended up being an NBA player, the oldest son. Then 2 years later, or matter of fact, in 1959, she married John Russell Houston Jr., and that's when she had Michael Houston, the son in question, and Whitney Houston, okay? Now, they say that Whitney was first cousins to Dionne Warwick and Dee Dee Warwick. So I was trying to find out how. So what I ended up finding out is Sissy Houston and Dionne Warwick's mom by the name of Lee Warwick. They're sisters. So that's how that works. So they are sisters. So Lee Warwick and Sissy Houston are sisters. So that's how the whole Dionne Warwick thing went. So Reena came forth and said that she was Whitney Houston's daughter. She said she was born in 1979. If I'm not mistaken, I think she said that she was with Whitney Houston for a few years because there's actually some pictures. Now, am I able to authenticate the pictures? Of course I'm not able to authenticate the pictures, but there are some pictures of Whitney Houston with a lighter skinned child that absolutely don't look like Bobby Christina. Reena is saying, now first of all, it's saying that Reena's name that she's saying that Whitney Houston gave her was Reena Houston, but her adoptive name was Tanika. She says that she was sent to an orphanage or to a foster home. The reason why I'm going to say that is because she has a book that's out. Y'all going to have to excuse me because I'm going like back and forth to the internet, like checking things. She has a book that's out and it's called Backstory of Stardom, Reena E. Houston. And in this book, she mentioned something about some child trafficking. And I went on her Twitter page yesterday and she says, and it says on there like women against child trafficking. So Reena mentioned something about some child trafficking going on. So I don't know if they put her in the foster care system and then some human child trafficking was going on. I'm not totally sure about that. But what I gathered from what Reena was saying was that Whitney Houston, this is what she's saying, she's alleging that her mother, Whitney Houston, did not want to let go of Reena, that she wanted Reena to be there with her, but her mom Sissy, was lying to her, I guess, and people were telling her that she was going to get Reena back, but she actually never got Reena back. Now, Reena is saying that she did not actually meet Whitney Houston and Bobby Christina until 2010. She said that they came over to her house one day. This is what she was saying on the phone with Whitney. She said they came over to her house one day, and I'm not exactly sure what she totally said, but I remember her saying something about Bobby Christina was not feeling comfortable, and she kept saying that she wanted to leave. Then I remember Reena saying yesterday on the phone something about Whitney Houston said she was going to come back, and she came back, but Reena said that she never seen her because she wasn't there. Reena mentioned something about as soon as Whitney came to visit her, she started noticing crazy things was going on. She mentioned something about some people had came up to her car in a trench coat and they tried to shoot her. That's what she said yesterday on the phone. She said she was sitting in the car and she could see them out a mirror or whatever. And she said she was on a pack of ice or, some ice, and she was trying to get her car to go. It wouldn't go. She see the man walking up with a trench coat with a gun. He was about to shoot her. She was able to put the car in drive, and that's what she said. And she said all of this stuff started happening after Whitney came to visit her. She also said Bobby Brown knew about this whole thing. This is what Reena said. She said Bobby knew about it. I mean, based on what Reena said, the whole damn family knew about it. Now, let me just say this, people. I can't really totally give you, because I need to talk to Reena for myself to kind of break things down, because this is it's just a lot of information going on, and it's shocking because we would not think that. So the first thing you think is really, is somebody just trying to get some money? Is this Reena girl trying to get some money? Like, what is this all about, people? Because you're like, Whitney Houston, she would give up her daughter. I mean, she seemed to be very much into kids, but then again, Reena's saying she was 16 years old. Don't really know. Let me just give you my opinion. And then after I give you my opinion, I'm going to go and read some other things that I found. My opinion is that I always felt that it was something more to the whole Whitney Houston story. Now, why did I feel that way? Is because they always made her seem like she was just, this Christian, good church girl in this wonderful family. But then all of a sudden you find out before we found out what the brother Michael had said, we found out that she was on drugs with Bobby Brown, and we were shocked about that. Like, really, Whitney on drugs? Or she out there bad? Then we find out during the interview with Sissy, Michael, and Oprah Winfrey that the brother said that he put her on drugs, that he started her off on the drugs way back in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. He said that they were on the road, they had money, and that's when they started doing drugs. So this thing been going on for a long time. Then we heard a story where Bobby Brown said that he had got off the drugs and she was still on. So, you know, everything comes from somewhere. So it just made me sometimes question, man, like what had happened in her life to cause her to get on drugs so early on, with her family supposedly being so very well put together. So when Reena said that Whitney Houston as a child was at a young age was molested by her brother Michael Houston, and that's who she got pregnant by, and people didn't want, you know, they didn't want people to know, so they sent Whitney off. Now this is some information I found yesterday on the internet that I found to be pretty interesting. Now I'm going to read to you what it said. It says, around the age of 16 and before, Whitney Houston's brother, Michael Houston, raped her, and their mother, Sissy, covered it up. As she did years later when Michael Houston also, get this people, also raped Bobby Christina. Now I don't know. I'm just reading you what's here. It says Whitney was overseas when that incident had taken place with Bobby Christina. Authorities were called in and Michael Houston was arrested. Whitney rushed back to save Bobby Christina from going into DCFS custody like her other daughter was. When Michael Houston raped Whitney at an early age, a child was conceived. As a cover-up, Sidney forced Whitney to stay at Mount Sinai Dominic Academy in Caldwell, New Jersey. Mount St. Dominic Academy is a Catholic church-based organization that specializes in child and human trafficking. Sissy's plan started a lifelong cloud of conspiracy over her and her daughter Whitney. Now I looked up this school, this Mount St. Dominic Academy in New Jersey. That actually is a school, and because I went and I looked it up on Wikipedia, and don't you know, like how it says notable people or whatever. So I went to notable people under the school on Wikipedia, and it mentioned Whitney Houston's name, that she was one of the notable people that actually went to that school. So she did go to the school, but when it says that the school specializes in child and human trafficking, I tried to see if I could find anything on that. Anything. Scandal. This is what people tried to, had been saying in the back about the school. And I didn't really find anything about that. But what I did find, which I found to be kind of pretty interesting, was that New Jersey, for whatever reason, is huge on child and human trafficking. So I was just shocked about that. So while I'm trying to look up this school that Whitney Houston went to that they're saying specializes in child and human trafficking, I wasn't able to find any information about that. But for some reason, I just kept getting things about New Jersey being huge on child and human trafficking, and a lot of that going on and people being arrested for that just far as back as last year. I didn't see anything about this year. It probably was there. I just didn't go extensive enough. But actually last year I seen that. And so I was shocked about the whole Bobby Christina thing, to say that Bobby Christina had got molested too. And based on some of the other things that I read, it had said that Bobby Christina had got molested by Michael. And I don't even know if it's true, but I'm just going to read you what it say in the midst of me giving my opinion. We know how sometimes there can be sick people in the family, and other people may take up for that person. So it's possible. It's very possible that could have happened, but I don't know because I wasn't there. But they were saying that Bobby Christina had got molested by this Michael Houston guy. And then she was sent to go live with Pat. Matter of fact, I do have information on that. Because, people, I was doing some research, like I told you yesterday. And I just happened to come across this page that I found to be extremely interesting, what I read. Now, this was dated January 29th of 2013. And it says, Michael, now this is from some lady. She's writing in some comments. So this is in a comment section of a blog. It says, Michael also molested Bobby Christina when she was 9 years old, and she contacted chlamydia. I can speak on this because I was a Child Protective Services investigator at the time at Fulton County DFACS in Atlanta, Georgia. Blue Cross Blue Shield sent in a report of child abuse allegations after Bobby Christina told one of the nurses that her uncle had molested her. This is when Bobby Christina went to live with Sissy Houston in New Jersey. After that is when Bobby Christina went to live with that low-down, dirty hussy, Pat, and her crackhead husband, Gary. Bobby Christina has went through so much and people have no idea. Sissy is the worst enabling parent. Rather than kick her son out for molesting her granddaughter, she chose her son over Bobby Christina, even with evidence that the child had contacted an STD from her uncle at 9 years old. So I looked at that and I was like, what? Is this a person just crazy? I don't know. But then it went on. Somebody had said to her, no wonder Bobby Christina is the way she is. Has she ever had any kind of positive role models in her life? Then the person went on to say, apparently not. Whitney and company made our agency jump through hoops. We were unable to check on her well-being because the lawyers and Dirty Diana, Pat Houston, kept blocking our investigation. We ended up having to turn the case over to the special investigators, unit, and court action was being threatened. We had to talk to Whitney and company through her intercom system and were locked outside the gate. The elementary school in Alpharetta, that's how I think it is Alpharetta. The elementary school in Alpharetta would not even allow us to talk to the child during school hours. She had to go to a psychosexual investigation. Bobby Christina has been acting out sexually for a while. She is an abused child who had little to no direction in life. I don't doubt that Sissy loves her. However, the fact that all of her children were/are/is strung out on dope just overwhelmed her. She really is a dear, sweet woman, but she protects her biological children to a fault. She is very soft-spoken and very meek. I have no doubt that Whitney's dad was physically, emotionally, and financially abusive towards her. Plus, Sissy is so driven, she does feel cheated because of the success that Dionne Warwick had at the height of her career, even though she disputably had the better voice. Dionne had the softer voice that mainstream, hence white America was more comfortable hearing coming from a black woman. So that's what I had found last night looking up on the internet. And and then somebody asks this particular person about Bobby Brown. It says that's why Bobby Christina hates her father for allowing the incest and thought it was okay to marry her brother. Now, this is what the person goes on to say. He did not, talking about Bobby Brown, he did not protect her. In fact, during the entire investigation, he was nowhere to be found. When the agency was considering removing Bobby Christina from the Houston family altogether, we could not get in contact with Bobby to see if he had any family members who were fit and willing to take the child. I am truly speaking on this issue with firsthand knowledge and not secondhand. And that's what the person said. So, yeah, so I don't know because I wasn't there. And, you know, sometimes people don't really like when you start digging up stuff and talking about, especially somebody that's deceased. People feel a certain way about that. I mean, I thought it was really sad when Whitney Houston passed away because I was a huge fan. And I just thought it was very sad when her daughter passed away. Bobby Christina passed away in, when did she pass away? Because I just wrote it down. She was born 3/4/93, but she died 7/26/15. Some of my questions that I do have to Reena, though, is because Reena said that her mom Reena said that Whitney Houston had her at 16 years old in 79. So I had went and I did a little looking up some stuff, and it said in 1978, at the age of 15, Whitney sang background vocals for Shaka Khan and Lou Rawls. So I'm like, so that was just a year earlier. So are you basically saying that was she pregnant then, or did she get pregnant afterwards? Okay. Then it said in the early 80s, she started modeling 17 Cosmopolitan, whatever they call, in Glamour. So this was the early 80s. Okay, but she had Reena supposedly in 79. Then it says Whitney signed with Clive Davis at Arista Records in 1983. So that means that at this time, Reena would be 4 years old based on what she's saying. So she's saying that Whitney had her. So right after Whitney was singing background vocals for Shaka Khan and Lou Rawls, she had Reena Houston. I mean, they do kind of look alike. I mean, and they do kind of sound alike. Reena has brought up, she said that there was a paternity test that was done. And, because she said some names. She said a lot of names. But like I said, I was kind of having a hard time hearing her on the videos last night. So I was kind of trying to write down the names or kind of get what she was saying. But she said that there was a paternity test. She said, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, I think she said Bobby Brown's sister, Bobby Brown aunt, Bobby Brown something, was able to get DNA from Bobby Christina. That's what she said. And she said that they sent the test in, and the test came back, the first test came back positive, that her and Christina were actually sisters. They actually were kin. But I think she said, don't quote me on this, because I had my headphones in, really trying to listen. That she said that it was a second paternity. No. She said that on a paternity test, I guess she said that she noticed that instead of women, they had males. So instead of female, they had male. And I guess she tried to contact them about that discrepancy. And that's where a whole nother issue came in at, where I guess they didn't want to give her the information, or they were being difficult. So she was trying to get something to authenticate that her and Bobby Christina were females and not males, even though if the test said positive, then whether male or female, whether they made an error or not, is saying that they are kin. But they definitely do look alike. Hey, CT, don't they look alike? That's what I think too. I mean, so that's one of the things that I was thinking, because Reena also made a mention that Clive Davis knew this. But I had already thought that when Essie said something to me, when she told me about it, I was like, you know what? It sounds like that Clive Davis would know about this, because then he seemed very in tune, very much, up under Whitney, and knew exactly what she was doing. So it just seemed like that this would be a scandal that no one would say anything about. And, I can't just dismiss it. Because it's easy for people to say, well, why she coming out so late, or why she didn't go get her some attorneys. I guess she probably didn't do the attorney thing for the same reason Mary done had a hard time for 12 years with people knowing about the whole damn thing. Because when you go on a whole nother level, certain people don't want to touch it. And the fact that the Jasmine brand picked up on this and even made a mention, but didn't bother to go above and beyond, or I don't know, maybe actually interview Reena just to find out what exactly is you talking about, lady. I mean, because, people say crazy things all the time. Yeah, like I told Essie yesterday. Essie was like, Geneva, but don't they look alike? Don't they look alike? And this is what I said to her. I said, yeah, they look alike. Heck yeah, they look alike. But Essie, we know that there are a lot of people out here in the world that look like celebrities. We see it all the time. Wendy Williams has a certain segment on her show sometimes that she do where some people, regular people, are looking like celebrities. So I said, that's true. They do look alike, but just needed more information. But Reena brought out information. Reena also let the record show that she also brought out text messages between her and Nick Gordon. And we all know who Nick Gordon is. Nick Gordon is the boy that was supposed to be the so-called adoptive stepbrother, I don't know, whatever brother that Whitney Houston took in, that later on Bobby Christina was talking about that she was engaged and married to, the same guy that they're saying that has something to do with the death of Bobby Christina. Well, people, there are actual text messages, and if I'm not mistaken, I think there are actually tweets between Reena Houston and Gordon, Where Gordon is, if I'm not mistaken, he's making mention that he's actually heard of Reena before, because Reena is saying stuff to him like, have you heard of me? Woo, woo, woo. And if I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn I seen something where he said that he had actually heard of her before. But what I will do, people, make sure you go like, share, and subscribe to this video. And make sure you go follow me on my Facebook page at Geneva's Closet. Because what I will be doing is any information that I found that I think that you may be interested in seeing, I'm going to put the pictures up there that I found. I'm going to put the information to the website, to that YouTube page that I found, so y'all can go check that out too. We can all be researching this together, people. We can be researching this together. Oh, that information on what this particular person said, who said that they were a DCFS worker, I'm going to put that up there too. And information that I may see about some text messages. If Reena don't mind, I want to put that out there too, so we can actually see what's going on. Because like the beautiful Miss Essie says, it's not about what you say, it's about what you can prove. And this type of story, you gotta come with some receipts. Because people's gonna be like, Whitney Houston, no, boo, no. You're not finna be trying to drag Whitney's name and make her look bad. But yeah, I could not just dismiss it, just for the simple fact anything can happen in the celebrity world. They are huge liars, and they cover up things all the time. The fact that they have clones and Illuminatis, the fact that they have things to program the weather, the fact that they put stuff in our food to purposely kill us just lets us know that they cannot be trusted. And Clive Davis, no. And anything with Whitney, no. Of course they're going to try to keep it on hush. So I say that we just let Reena come out and tell the whole story. But she is saying that she is the oldest daughter of Whitney Houston, and she is 38 years old. So, Miss Reena Houston, I just want to extend an offer to have you come in Geneva's Closet to talk to everybody. We need to get this video interview so people can have a chance to see you and actually hear what you have to say. Because a lot of people are saying that you look like Whitney. What do y'all think, people? What do y'all think? Yes, Facebook message and text you, right? Yeah, we definitely got to put that information out there. Definitely, yes, Peach. We got to get her in here to tell this story, to get it out there. Because my opinion is that whether it's true or fake, no one is really going to pick up on it too seriously. Because first of all, you just may think that she's crazy or something. But I don't think they're really going to pick up on the story, just like they didn't really try to pick up on Mary's story. Not for real. So I feel like that it would have to be smaller bloggers or smaller people to share and put the information out there to try to figure out if it's real. Now, you heard what Miss Essie Berry said. She said she wants Sissy to do to do a cotton swab of the mouth. My opinion on that, when me and Essie was talking yesterday, I had said, why the hell would she do that? If I'm rich, you know what I mean? Now, because Essie was like, but Geneva, if one of your kids had left you, yeah, because we're talking about Geneva here. But we're talking about, based on what Reena's saying, these are people that knew her daughter, that you allowed for your daughter to get molested, and your granddaughter, and you knew your daughter had a child, and you sent her off. So if all those allegations are true, just like Reena said, then, no, I'm just not going. No. So, yeah. No, I'm not going. We can't totally trust everything that Miss it's crazy, people. It's crazy. But I just wanted to come on here and tell you that, give you that bit of information. I actually have a whole lot more, but I'm not trying to. But it's early in the morning, people. It's early in the morning. I know we got to get her here for an interview. Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be all types of awesome to just get her story, to hear what she got to say about it? Because like I said, anybody else, I just don't know if I could believe them. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. Essie was like, Sissy should do a cotton swab of the mouth thing. And I was like, but why would she? I said I wouldn't. If I'm filthy rich and I'm the type of person that's been as scandalous as I was to do and allow as much stuff to happen, and then this girl, even if I know who she is, but the world don't know who she is. The world gonna think she's crazy. We're all gonna think she's crazy. Come out talking about she's my daughter or my daughter's daughter, and talking about, can you take a paternity or take, hell no, I ain't taking none. I'm rich, bitch. Leave me alone. I'm not taking anything. The only way I would do it is as if it went totally crazy and now you just sitting up here dragging my name, then my lawyers will pop out on that ass real quick. Now that's how I would handle it. So I don't know if Sissy gonna be like, oh hell no, look at these YouTube videos. I got to go after her and say something. No, I'm going to cotton swab to prove. I don't know. I don't know. But when Essie asked Reena what was her whole purpose of coming out and giving this information out, she said because basically she wants to know who she is. She wants to be a part of who she is. She wants to know her family and be a part of her family. She don't like the fact that was taken away from her. And she said to tell the truth. She said she wants to tell the truth. One of my questions that I do have for her is that I just would think, I would have thought that maybe Whitney and them, that maybe Whitney didn't come and take her daughter. If this is true, people. Maybe she didn't come and take her daughter, save her daughter, bring her daughter back to her. But you would have thought that maybe she would have set Reena Houston up to be okay. You know what I mean? To make sure that she's living well, make sure that she's financially stable with whoever was taking care of her. But based on what Reena said, that her adoptive parents were mean parents, and they said something, and that they only adopted her for the check. And if anything, I remember her making a comment yesterday about they wish that she would die, or they wish that she was dead, so then they can collect that money or something. So I was just a little, I was like, okay, well, you think that they would have set her up so she could be okay, so then maybe so many years later she wouldn't have been mad. Because, okay, so not only did you dismiss me, but then you didn't even make sure that I was financially stable. Maybe if she was financially stable, then she wouldn't have been so, but maybe she was. I don't know what she was. I have the slightest idea, but I do know she said she was from, at a certain point in time, she was in Illinois. And I was like, what? Is she still here? Because I will drive to Chicago. Chicago's about 2 hours from me. I will drive to Chicago for an interview. Let's not play games. But no, she's not. I think they said that she's in, New Jersey. I think that's what Essie said. I'm not sure what she said. But if she is in New Jersey, that would make sense. Because Whitney is from New Jersey. Oh, and let me just throw this out right quick. And then I'm about to be done. Let me throw this out right quick. Newark, New Jersey. I remember yesterday Reena saying something about that the will, because she said that her name is not mentioned in the will, but it's saying in so many words, and I have those papers too, and it's saying in so many words that any child or whatever of Whitney Houston was supposed to be in the will and get whatever. Essie asked her, I think, like, where was that case at or something, and if I'm not mistaken, she said it was in Fulton County, Georgia. And Essie asked her, like, why was it in Fulton County, Georgia? And I don't remember. I couldn't hear what she said. I was trying to hear that. But when I was doing my research yesterday, just because they were surprised that it would be in Georgia, because Whitney Houston and them are from Newark, New Jersey. But I did some research, and based on my research, I found out that Sissy Houston, her name is Emily Sissy Houston, married name. She was born in Georgia, and she had 8 siblings. She was the youngest of 8 siblings. And let me see, can I find what part of Georgia she was born in? Because I wrote everything down, but I was kind of just writing it sloppy and everywhere. Anyway, I remember off the top of the dome. She was born in Georgia. That's basically all we need to know. And that her family had some type of money. So they had roots in Georgia. And that the money was able to trickle down in the family for a little bit until some legal family issues came later on in life, where their money, they had to spend a lot on it on the legal issues. So I had found that information before I watched the third video that Reena was talking in, the third video that Essie made when she mentioned Georgia. And I was like, I wonder if that has any, just because they have roots in Georgia. Sissy has roots in Georgia. So I don't know. I just threw that out there because it's all interesting. Because maybe I'm saying something, then y'all may see it later and then put 2 and 2 together, because it usually go like that. Somebody can say something and you not really know if it fits or why that would even fit, but then later on you can see something, read something, hear something, and you be like, oh, I remember when, okay, I see how that. So I'm just saying, for just in case y'all see something or hear something, then we can let each other know. People, I'm letting you know. Y'all, if y'all find something, let me know. But that's the scandal, so we're going to figure out. I'm going to try to have Miss Reena Houston come inside Geneva's closet so we can really find out what's going on. We just want to know the logistics of this whole thing and have her break it down. Yes, absolutely. But I just want to thank you all for coming on with Geneva's Closet so early Monday morning. I came on Monday, people. I made it. I didn't know if I was going to make it, but I made it, people. I made it. And my word of the day to you, I don't know, I just decided to throw out a word of the day, is to stay in tune with yourself. Please, people, stay in tune with yourself. Because you know how people always got things to say. You shouldn't do that. I don't know why you doing that. That doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't do that if I was you. How can you afford that? Sometimes you be like, that's not me. That's you, boo. So don't try to give me advice on your life. You can't advise me on you. Don't do that. You have to first totally hear what I'm saying in order for you to even be able to give me advice. So let me just say this. You got to stay in tune with you, because there will be so many people in the world every day that don't understand what you're doing, don't understand why you think the way that you think and you do the things that you do. But you know. Now, if the person is telling you something and you're being open-minded about it and it seems like it can be in tune with you, soak it up. Let it come in, because life is about learning. We got to live and we got to learn. You know what I mean? Every day I'm learning something new. I am being honest about that. Every day I'm learning something new. So I can just imagine when I turn like 50, 60, the thing's going to be in this brain. But you got to be open-minded enough to be like, you know what, that do make sense. That do seem like it's me. Okay, I can accept that. But you got to be in tune enough with yourself to block out a lot of that drama, because people always, like I said, have things to say, will try to tell you what's best for you in your life, your kids, your family, your relationship, your finances, your job, your career. Hell, you can't tell me nothing about me. And then people tend to do this. They give you advice based on their life, and then you be sitting up there thinking like, bitch, that ain't my life. Who is you talking about? You must have talked to somebody else whose story sounded kind of similar to mine, and now you trying to tell me their. No, you can't give me advice on. I'm a total different person. So my words of the day to you people is to be in tune with yourself. Be in tune with yourself all day, every day. Because people try to block you. They will block the bejeebus out of you. Is it really that time in Florida? It is like 7, it's 8 something. I don't know what time it is. Did Jaden leave? I don't know if my son left. I didn't say bye to nobody. I don't know what's going on. But you people, you have a fabulous, wonderful day. Anything else coming up in Geneva's Closet? It is like 7 something here. It's like practically 8 o'clock here, people. Practically 8 o'clock. So I hope you all have a wonderful day today. If you're off to work, if you're off to school, you're about to take care of the kids, you're a stay-at-home mom. I hope you have a fabulous, and I really do mean that. I really do hope that you have a good day. God's will on your whole day today. I hope it go perfect. Don't anything happen. I want to thank all my subscribers, whether new or old. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to come in here. Oh, it's 812 CT. Thank you, C, because CT is where, because we're in the Chicago area. We're in the Midwest. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to come and sit here with Geneva's Closet, whether I'm on here talking for 20 minutes, 45 minutes, or over an hour like I've been doing lately. You did not have to come here. You did not have to. You can live your life, people. You can just totally live it. So I appreciate you, and I want you to know that and believe that. Be in tune with that I just said that. Be in tune with the fact that Geneva, of Geneva's Closet, totally appreciates all her subscribers for taking the time out of your day to come and speak with me, to come and speak to me, talk to me, see me, whatever. So like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you people. But you all have a fabulous day. When I get any more information, I'll be back. And I think I may be back on Wednesday. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to get my days together. But I love you too, people. Bye. Oh, wait. Maya's going to say bye. Maya, say bye to the people right quick. She about to go to school.
Hi, everybody.
This how we going. Oh, Jasmine, get in here. Maya, they can't see your face.
I know.
Get on this side. And then Ben want to come. And Benny. And Ben. And Benny. And Ben. I'm Benny. Jasmine, get in here.
Hi, guys.
Jada's going to school. Bye, everybody. There go Jasmine. And Maya. And Jasmine. This is how we're going to end the video.
All right, we're going to be late.
Bye. Maya, cut that off.
Bye.